What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so things have gone downhill. I think that might be an understatement for the Dallas Mavericks. To go from where they were in June, going to the NBA Finals, to here we are now. What would this be? 9 months later, with Luka Doncic gone via trade, with a plethora of players, including Anthony Davis, injured, the very player that they traded Luka Doncic for, still injured, and now losing Kyrie Irving, Luka Doncic's former running mate, for the season, plus a rise in ticket prices. Things are terrible right now for Dallas Maverick fans and for the organization. One NBA insider said that the Dallas Mavericks may consider trading Anthony Davis this offseason, which would be incredible. Incredible if that would have happened. Meaning that unless Anthony Davis comes back and play, whatever amount of games this year, that might be his last game. This guy says that they should just shut him down because, why play him and then just trade him? And, my thing is this. I don't think that they should trade Anthony Davis. Okay, I don't think they should trade him. But things are going to be a little rocky for the Dallas Mavericks for the time being. Things are going to be a little bit rocky. But if they can hold the fort down until they get Kyrie Irving back, which would be, I would assume, with an ACL injury, this is March. That might not be until the All-Star break next year. I'm assuming somewhere along those lines, that might be when they get him back. I know definitely in 2026. Look, Anthony Davis is 32 years old, right? He's not a spring chicken, but he's not a guy that's on his last legs either. And he did play in, I think it was 76 games during the 2023-24 season, I believe it was, right? So for a guy that we call street clothes, he was damn near Cal Ripken that year. And when he is healthy, when Anthony Davis is healthy, he is either the best or one of the top two big men in the NBA. He has that type of impact. I still believe that if Anthony Davis is playing at his best level, and if he can be more consistent, the Dallas Mavericks can at least hold the fort until the Kyrie Irving comes back. But then again, as I said in my video about Kyrie Irving, you just don't know exactly what type of player Kyrie's going to be. Is he going to be the same guy? And even coming back, I don't know if he does eventually become similar to the player or close to what, or 90% of what Kyrie was before the injury. I don't know if that's going to be something you're going to see immediately. That might be something that you see maybe more going into the 2026-27 season. So I don't know, man. This is a tough one, man. It's a tough one because I don't think I've ever seen anything like this before in my life ever when it comes to sports. Something just go totally haywire like this. I tell you what, though, If they do trade Anthony Davis, Nico Harrison has to go. He got to go. You got to go. Because you cannot lose Luka Doncic, then have this rash of injuries occur, including the players you traded Luka Doncic for on the first game that he plays. Then have all these other injuries. Then lose, Kyrie Irving for the season. And then you trade the guy that you traded Luka for. Now, honestly, if he did that, they did that. Although it's not just him, because the owner and the front office was behind this. The ownership was for this trade. But we know who's going to get the blame. It's going to be Nico Harrison. Yeah, I guess we'll see how he can keep his job with that. And quite frankly, I don't know if he'll ever get another job in the front office in the NBA ever again, because they ruined him. This is the hell of a gamble he took, man. And, when you trade a generational talent like Luka Doncic for a player like Anthony Davis, who has a history of injury problems, who can play at a very high level, MVP level, but then at the same time, we know how bad it can get with AD, man. We saw in the playoffs, what was it, last year against Denver? One game he looks great. The next game he looks like crap. One game he looks like the modern day Wilt Chamberlain. The next game he looks like he's, not even on the floor. He disappears. So, man, this is bad, man. This is a bad, bad situation for the Dallas Mavericks, man. But, I don't think they should trade him, man. I think they should just ride this thing out, and hopefully everything, falls into place. It cannot get any worse. I think that they just focus on next year and try to hold down the fort as much as possible. Isn't there a rule where if a player is hurt, an organization can temporarily sign a player for a certain amount? I'm a little bit fuzzy with that, but maybe they can sign some mid-level guy, to help out a little bit until Kyrie comes back. If they could just stay, hopefully Anthony Davis stays healthy, and maybe Dallas can stay sort of like in that 6 to 8 seed window. And then maybe, when Kyrie comes back, maybe they can kind of inch back up or something. I don't know. But man, this is bad, man. But tell me what you guys think.